Hello, lovelies. We've got a lovely brand new Monday to get started with. Who's in the house? Come on in. You see my t-shirt? Yeah, happy. Isn't this so cute? Bring it. Who's here? I am finishing up a perfect paleo protein smoothie. I went all chocolate today. Hey, Helen, good to see you. Thanks for being the first one to say hello. Hi, Mia. Oh, and who else do we see? I got my magic mirror. Catherine, I see Catherine. I see Sarah. Magic mirror, who else do I see? Norma's in the house. Do you guys look? Look! I got my romper room magic. Hello, Amber. I see you. I see Sarah. I see Doris. Who else do I see? I see Arla. I see Janet. I see Michelle. Deidre. And you didn't even say hello yet. Hi, Denise. Hi, Julie. I see you through my magic mirror. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Lily. Deidre. Don't worry, be happy. That's right. Marguerite. Sandy's in the house. Beverly's in the house. Yay, Beverly. I totally lost it. You love my magic mirror? Anybody remember Romper Room? I see Norma. I see Crystal. I see Beverly. I see Linda. Oh, you guys, you want to know what my secret is? Catherine likes it. It's a bubble maker. You know, you can't just go on Amazon and say, hey, send me a Romper Room magic mirror. You got to be imaginative. And I found one. And you're all here. Hey, Becky. Anyway, putting it away for right now. But I just had to pull it out because, you know, every once in a while a girl needs a magic mirror. How's everyone doing today? Did you have a lovely Sunday together as a family? My daughter's here. I'm mildly concerned about your mental health. Mildly, Caroline, that's enough. There's Jackie. She's in the house as well. Thank you so much. Y'all, thanks for showing up. When you show up, you make me happy. That's all. Today we're going to be talking about getting past the hardest part because there is always a hard part to get past. Have you noticed that? Anyone? Raise your hand. You can send me some pinkies up or throw hearts. I don't care, whatever you want to do. You know, this is how it works. Our quote of the week is a good one. You know me, I'm a big RBG fan. And it is fight for the things you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. Pinkies up for RBG. She's the woman. You know, if it wasn't for RBG, we wouldn't be able to get credit cards in our own name, y'all. There was a lot of stuff she did before she even approached the bench. I put a post out here and I had a lot of people say, well, no, it was so-and-so. You know, she's been doing this for a long time. So anyway, pinkies up. We have Full Bloom coming. Do you want to see something, you guys? Who is signed up for Full Bloom? If you're signed up for Full Bloom, there's my girls with their pinkies up. Yay. If you're signed up for Full Bloom, I've got a present for you coming. Did you know that? Look! Woo, woo, woo. Is that not the cutest thing? It's the Full Bloom mug. Surprise! Who's coming? I hope so. Go to savingdinner.com/bloom for all the info. You need to get that going. You need to get signed up today. I'm ready for you to do this. Open a new tab if you're on your computer and type in savingdinner.com/bloom. This is the thing. Today we're talking about this. We're going to get past the hardest part. You know what? This is the thing. The hardest part is what you think about. The hardest part is all of the stuff that we put in front of us being able to do what it is that we need to do. It's the hardest part. That is the hardest part. You're also going to get, by the way, these little goodies, little Full Bloom pads. Aren't they so cute? I'm telling you, I want you there. I want you there. I'm going to tell you, this is the thing that I'm going to tell you about Full Bloom. Full Bloom is going to give you the mindset that you need to do all the other things that you want, right? Because have you ever noticed this? Before you can do anything, you have an idea, and then you have a thought, and then you have a feeling about it, an emotion about it. This is how we process things. And then we start making decisions about it. Oh, I don't want to do that, it's too hard. Or this I can't do, or gosh, oh, maybe later, putting it off. We're going to talk about that because the hardest part is what's up here. It is the thing. We can get past that. We can. I'm going to talk to you about that because I just did it myself. I hopped on that bike. I did the work. And when you know what? We have ways also of coming back to figuring out, is this working or is this not working? But I'm going to tell you something that I know for every single woman that I've ever known that has bloomed into being the woman that she wants, she did it when she didn't want to. She stepped up when it was easier to just stay where she was. A woman is going to make a mark on her life by taking the bull by the horns, by going forward, by not holding herself back, by doing the things she doesn't want to do. You know, when nobody wants to hear that, you want to hear it. It's so easy and so lovely and just everything is just silky smooth. It is not that way. Anybody tells you that, then they're lying to you. They're not giving you the truth. So we got the holiday cruise coming up too as well, right? You know about that, cruising through the holidays. We're going to be doing it with Marla. We're going to be doing it with bells on. That is October 10th. You're going to want to go to that one too. savingdinner.com/bloom or /cruise. Like I'm going for a cruise. It's going to be really fun. We're going to show you how to get all the way through the holidays, all the way through without losing yourself on the dance floor, you know, without just saying, oh my gosh, I just can't get through this. It's too hard and having a meltdown. I can tell you how many times I had a meltdown when my kids were little on Christmas Eve, just, you know, panicked, not having things done. You don't want that. You know, stress is one of the biggest needle movers, and I don't mean that in a good way, to your health. Nobody wants to talk about that part. Nobody. And you know what happens when we're stressed out? We get leaky gut, we get autoimmune issues, we get things happening in our lives that we don't want happening. Our heads are just all full of garbage. You know what the deal is. Do you know we get stressed out just by looking at a menu when there's so many things on the menu? That stresses us out. And it has an absolute immediate impact on the way our health is. That's why I'm talking about this stuff. Don't do it. Question and answer is always on Friday, by the way. You can send your questions into support@savingdinner.com. Put question for Leanne on Friday in the subject line and ask away. I will answer it for you, unless it's awful. I just want you there. All right, so we've got everything. This, by the way, you know, we have our hot melt mix almost gone. This stuff's flying through the door. When it is on special like it is now, you grab it, because we're talking over $100 in savings. Buy 3, we will put the 4th one in your cart, and if you put ships free in the promo window as you're checking out, we'll also ship it to you free. Do you know what kind of a bargain that is? It's ridiculous. Grab it now, because when it's gone, it'll be a while. You know, we've already had to order some more, and we're on the queue to getting it ordered. But I want you to have this. This is an amazing stuff. I drink it every single day. It's part of the hydration equation. We need this stuff. We need electrolytes. We need fiber, in addition to the water and all the other liquid we're getting in our bodies. And when you do that, I am going to send you this Pinky's Up cup. Isn't it so cute? Now, Mark's not a fan, but I love it. I think it's just crazy. Jenny did this. Didn't she do a good job? This is the new mug. The other one's gone. This is the new mug, and you will get that when you order our supplement of the week. Remember, 3 in the cart. We'll do the 4th one. Don't forget, ships free, and we'll ship it to you free as well. Boom shakalaka. We might get through this whole week. We don't know. We got a few left, but not much. So I'm just saying, get on it, girlfriends. Now today, we're talking about getting past the hardest part. You know, you think about motivation. Today is Motivational Monday. Today is Motivational Monday. And we get to, I call it Motivational Monday. I'm sure I'm not the first one to ever come up with Motivational Monday. Because to me, Mondays are always like New Year's Day. You know, you can start with a fresh new attitude, a fresh new idea of what you want to accomplish that week. Fresh, all the way around the block. So that's how I look at my Mondays. And I love Mondays. I'm probably a weirdo that way. Lots of people are just like, oh, Monday, you know, weekend's over, la, 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 la. To me, it's Monday. It's a fresh week and I get to start over. The only thing that keeps me away from this, away from having my fresh Monday, away from being able to accomplish more than I did last week, etc., is when I get to the place of having thoughts that 100% hold me back. And that's when we have that whole debate that's going on in our head. And let me ask you if this sounds familiar. Your thoughts say, oh, we can do that later, or, oh, it's going to be too hard right now. You got to get dressed. You got to get in the car. You got to get, go move to get to the gym. It's just, maybe later we can do it. Maybe, should I do it now? Should I do it later? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow instead. Today's a busy day. I don't know about that. And the whole conversation is all focused on doing or not doing. Instead of just doing it, we decide we're not going to do it. Or we're going to give it too much thought, or we're going to absolutely get to mental fatigue on debating back and forth on whether or not we're going to do it. And this is part of the problem that we have, that we can't get past this hard part of the mental ping pong game that we've got going on. If we can't get past that, we can't get on to the next thing and do it. A long time ago, and I think I've shared this with you before, Elizabeth Elliot, I met her years ago. She was a famous missionary. Her husband was killed in Ecuador, speared. It was just, very sad and very tragic, but she ended up staying in this missionary position in Ecuador in the jungles with her little tiny 18-month-old daughter at the time. And when people interviewed her and they asked her, how did you do this? I mean, here you are mourning for your husband. You're this woman alone in the jungle with trying to minister to all these people who just killed your husband. How'd you do it? And her answer always stuck with me. Just do the next thing. That was her answer. That was her answer. That became my mantra when I was raising little children, because when you're in the thick of raising little kids and you've got a toddler and a baby and you're trying to get through and do the next thing and, get their baths, wipe their snotty noses and find another diaper and all the things that you have to do, it was just get the next thing. Just do the next thing. And so what I want to say to you today is this, that when you find yourself in a combative place between your ears and you find yourself starting going, yeah, well, maybe not, and maybe this, maybe that, I'm going to give you some pointers of what I know works and what is going to get you to the place of finally reaching that place of getting it done. And you're asking about the coupon code. The coupon code is ships free when you put it in there. Drop 3 in your cart, you'll get the 4th one free. And there's no other discounts on that. The coupon, the savings for the week is what it is. We don't, even for my members and what have you, because it's such a ridiculous savings. That's a side note. So what do we do then? The first thing that I say that we have to do is to get dressed for success. What does that mean? That means for me, for example, is I need to get dressed and put my workout clothes on. No questions, no discussion, no thought process. The clothes are laid out, they're there, I put them on, and we're done. The clothes are there, they're laid out, and I have no choice but to put those clothes on because I have made a deal with myself that this is what I'm going to do first thing in the morning. My integrity is at stake. I could schlep around the rest of the day, I'm sure, in my pajamas and a big sweatshirt and stay comfy. But I have to show up. I have to show up for that thing right behind me that I pay money on every single month. I have to show up for my classes that I do here. I have to show up for my show every single day. It requires something of me. And there's no negotiations there. I just do what it is that I need to do. And so even when I have just this much time, I'm still going to go put those clothes on, put those shoes on. And believe me, when you're doing this with this spin bike, yeah, snap your feet in. I mean, there's like, it's not your normal. You can't just get on there. You got to get ready for it. And I wear shorts that are padded in the butt and have a pad on here. So I'm just, so my tush won't hurt. But you show up. You dress for the occasion. No questions. You just do it. That makes all the difference in the world. And as Marla would say, dress to shoes. And for me, it means putting my spin shoes on. For me, it means snapping in there and just going for it. It doesn't matter. I just need to do it. I'm not going to have a discussion with myself. I'm not going to negotiate with terrorists. And I consider myself a terrorist at times because sometimes I can talk myself out of it just like anyone can. But instead of having a discussion, instead of having a thought process, instead of anything, I just get on the blasted bike and I start pedaling, and then I start looking for a class, and then I do it, depending on how much time I have. And then you know what happens at the very end of it? I'm sweaty, I'm done, and I feel so stinking good about myself. The next time when it's time to do it, the negotiation, the temptation to overthink and to talk myself out of it is less and less. This is what I call building your decision muscle. The decision muscle that just says, I'm on automatic pilot, I'm just going to do it anyway. And that's the success, dressing to success. The next thing is this, and I've done this one, you know what? Just do it anyway. That is number 2, which I've already talked about a little bit, but here's what I'll say to myself. I'll talk about it later. I'll think about it later. Right now, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get on there. I'm just going to do it. And again, it's back to that same self-satisfaction that you get that you've just done something that you didn't really want to do, or that you were getting ready to negotiate and put off, or that you were saying, tomorrow's a better day. Well, here's the thing. One of the beauties about Peloton is they keep score of what it is that you're doing. So I went and I looked and I saw that I had 3 days in a row that I missed. 3 days. It's so dumb. What did I do? I talked myself out of it. I have been pining and wanting and hoping and desiring and dreaming about having a Peloton for 2 years. And I finally bought one, and then I put it off. Come on. Big picture analysis, ridiculous. Small picture, just do it anyway. The takeaway, if I want to, I can talk about it later with myself. And I never want to because I've done it. And I get the self-satisfaction from just doing. You see where that all goes? Isn't that cool? You get to pat yourself on the back and say, well done. So the other thing I was thinking about, and I had somebody a coaching client who said, what I really want to do is I really want to write a children's book. Cool. Write a children's book then. And they had all these reasons in the world why they couldn't, and well, I just don't have, and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm going to tell you something. This is something that I have learned just simply by living my life and having written a few books myself and having just put myself out there on a continuous basis, on a consistent continuous basis. And that is this. If you want to be an author, then you need to write. If you want to be an actor, then you need to act. If you want to be a singer, then you need to sing. And the important part isn't where, how, or whatever. It's that you consistently show up and you consistently do it. Does that mean that your first draft is going to be great? Nope. Does it mean it'll get published? No. What does it mean? It just means that you show up and you do the work anyway. And that's what you get to identify with. What do I identify with this, right? Am I a spin queen? Nope. Do I have any, am I completely physically fit? Not yet, but I'm working on it. It is just the fact that you do and that you say and that you do what it is that you say. And I don't care if it's about getting physically fit, if it's about lifting weights, if it's about eating properly, if it's about getting your house in order, if it's about having a better relationship with your spouse. If you show up anyway, and you do the work, and you identify with the thing that you want to do, then you get to do it. And if you do it, then you become it. Do you see the circle there? It is a continual loop, because step by step is how we get there. When we lose weight, we lose it by the ounce, not the pound. When we write a book, we write it by the sentence. It's written by the chapter, and that's broken down to a paragraph. It's broken down to a sentence, and essentially you're looking at a chapter summary, and you're looking at a whole overview and an outline of what your book is going to look like. But writing a book, riding a bike, becoming who you're going to be is all about the doing and not about the discussion that you're having in your head. When you get lost in the discussion in your head, it doesn't compute. It doesn't come out usually in action, because we overthink, make ourselves tired, and then we just say, well, maybe tomorrow. And then when you go and you look and you can see, which one of the things that I appreciate about Peloton is they track me. And you see, oh my gosh, for 3 days in a row, I talked myself out of it. And how much did I want that bike? We do this with relationships. We do this with eating plans and losing weight. We want something really, really bad, and then we end up talking ourselves out of it because we don't just go ahead and do it. We want to have this whole rambling discussion with ourselves. Or sometimes, unlucky for your friends, we'll pull everybody into it. Call your mom, text your sister, send a Facebook message out to the whole world letting them know what you're struggling with. We can do that all you want if that's where you want to go, but my guess is that you want more than that. And that's why I'm talking about this. When we think too much and we spend too much time in that whole process, we get lost in those weeds instead of going out and just knocking them down and just doing the work. When we do the work, we get the self-satisfaction of, I just did it. We get the check mark. We get the gold star. I have gold stars that I like to put on my calendar when I do something. We get to see the progress, and we get to exercise that decision muscle so that that will override and trump this entire intellectual struggle inside of our heads. So you think too much? Just tell yourself, we'll talk later about it. You think too much? And the other thing, a couple of things too, I have another client that is just really struggling with some junk food issues. I have her now so she's not the first one, by the way. There's several of them that I've had them do this. Look up how much rodent hair and cockroach stuff is allowed into some chocolate, for example. Go look at an FDA and see how much is allowed in there, and that will gross you out enough. And I even said to her that one of the things that worked for me was when I crunched on the M&Ms, I kept thinking about what a cockroach would crunch like. Is that disgusting? But sometimes we have to do, if your mind is going to take you down the yellow brick road to the place you don't want to go, then you need to fight fire with fire and start thinking about what this represents. This represents a lot of garbage. This represents cockroach crunchy shells, and it represents rodent hair. And it literally does, because there is literally stuff there's a certain amount that's allowed. But we have to start looking at these things when we find ourselves falling down that whole well of absolute despair, because that's where we end up. Thinking, I can't do anything. I'm on the struggle bus. This is never going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. I can't resist the temptation and all of that. Yes, you can. You got to flip your thinking. You got to start looking at something from something that you've done. And furthermore, I had my client do this as well. I said, and then I want you to donate. If you end up, even after cockroach crunchy shells and thinking about rodent poop and hair and all of that that's in that chocolate, even if you do it after that, then I want you to donate $10 to a cause that you absolutely hate, the opposite political opponent, or something that you are ideologically, absolutely, abhorrently opposed to. Give them $10. You have to do it. Because at this point, your thinking needs to be flipped hard on its back. When you do these things, you're done. I mean, you're just going to be like thinking about things instead. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can go snap, snap, snap like that if you want, with a rubber band around your hand. There's all kinds of things you can do. But this kind of thing, it's hard. It's really hard. So these are some of the things that we can think about. These are some of the things that we can do when we're really in having a really desperate time with ourselves. I don't like using the word struggle, because what we say out there, the reticular activating system says, you want struggle? I'll give you some struggle. I mean, that's pretty much what happens. We don't have to do that. What we can do, though, is look at what it is that we want. What we think about expands. Remember that? What we focus on, that's the thing that expands. And what we think about continually, that's the thing that becomes our destiny. When we have a goal in mind, that's our destiny. When we have a vision board in front of us, I've got a vision board in front of me right now. I see the dock on the water for my house. It's in front of me. It's in front of mine. It's part and part and part of my thinking. All of it. Eyeballs on the prize, eyeballs on the thing I want. And my discomfort, the things, swirling ideas in my head, I'll put those off and think about it later. Right now, I'm going to dress for success, and I'm going to go do it anyway, because I want the attagirl afterwards. I want to come to you proud and tell you, guess what? I did it anyway. I want to come to you and say, you know what? You can do it too. I want to come to you and tell you that we all have that discussion in our heads. That doesn't mean that we're less than, or that they're weak, or we don't have willpower, we don't have anything. It just means that we're acknowledging what it is and making a decision that instead of having that discussion, we're going to do something instead. And that doing something instead is what takes us across that finish line. That's what I want for you. A finish line. A finish line that gives you exactly what it is that you want, because your goal is out there and your vision for yourself is out there. And I know what you want. You want the vibrant life we all want. You can't have a vibrant life if you're sitting on your butt all day. You just can't. You can't have a vibrant life eating a bunch of crap. You cannot. And you cannot have a vibrant life when you're thinking so many negative thoughts. Your brain is going to start searching for evidence to support the things you're thinking about. So we have to change and upgrade our thinking patterns, period. Because that's what comes first. Action comes later. From what you think about, you need to put those things first in your mind. I'm going to do it anyway, because then I can think about the thing that I did and that I am proud of. It makes all the difference in the world. What you think about expands. You know that. What you focus on becomes your destiny. I want you to see that vision for yourself. See it. See yourself in the jeans. See yourself in the vibrant life. See yourself on the beach with the kids in a bathing suit. See yourself saying, yeah, I feel really good. See yourself saying, yeah, no more pain. See yourself like that. And if you want to really get into the weeds about it, and you really want to upgrade the way that you think, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to be there Saturday for Full Bloom. Full Bloom is going to blow you away, because it's all about the mindset. And if you can get past all of this crap that you keep thinking about, this stuff that keeps holding you back, and you can, then you are going to have a completely different view and a completely different life. I promise. I've done it myself. Promise. SavingData.com/bloom. You gotta be there. And Sarah Dang, today's Motivational Monday is on fire. Yes, ma'am. Drop the mic. we're on fire because we're going to get the work done. No more holding back. No more. You know what to do, and do not negotiate with yourself anymore. Just get dressed for success and do the work. And when you do, give yourself a high five, an atta-girl, and do the thing. When you do it, you get the feeling that you need. You know, you get the reward right back. I hope you found that helpful today. I had fun sharing all of that with you. And don't forget my full bloomers. That will be in the mail for you. That will be in the mail. Take advantage of Hot Melt Mix. Buy 3. The 4th one's on us. We'll put it in the cart for you. Ships free is your promo code, and you're going to get a Pinkies Up mug. Is that not the cutest thing? Does it look baby poop green to you? That's what Mark says. He doesn't use the word poop either, I'm going to tell you. Oh, we've had a good time laughing about that this week. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for showing up and being happy and participating in this whole process, sharing this video, and being a part of my life. You have no idea. The appreciation is immense. Thank you. Peace be with you, and I will see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Bye.